For thousands of years, man has engaged in agriculture for food production and trade. Traditionally, agriculture has provided the world population with means to feed itself, while at the same time creating markets for exchange of goods and services. Whether soil fertility, pests, and commodity prices have challenged man's efforts towards sustainable food security and secure livelihoods. Today's farmer faces a myriad of other new challenges, including surging population, poor infrastructure, inhibitions to market access, high costs of farm inputs, and other external economic forces. In recent times, the coronavirus pandemic has added to the list of challenges affecting food security and livelihoods for thousands of smallholder farmers in many parts of the world. As countries continue to enforce containment measures through lockdowns, there have been market disruptions, and it has become increasingly difficult for farmers to access seed, fertilizer, and labor. To help smallholder farmers navigate the adverse economic effects of COVID-19, Bayer Crop Science launched a corn and vegetable seed distribution exercise that would see farmers in Asia Pacific, the Caribbean, Africa, and Latin America plant high-quality seeds.
We at Bayer quickly realized that we didn't want a health crisis to become a hunger crisis. And this is where we came together and decided, how do we best support smallholder farmers around low to middle income countries across Asia Pacific, Africa, and Latin America? So an initiative was started to actually provide inputs in terms of seeds or crop protection products free of charge to smallholder farmers across these geographies in order to help them to produce sustainable and healthy crops, and therefore start addressing the impact that would happen through COVID-19 in these different countries.
We are absolutely convinced that the small farmholders are one of the important tools we have to reach this big challenge to produce more food.
I have been in this industry for the last 25 years, and what I see today is where the land under farms is decreasing at a very high rate. We see, especially in counties that are neighboring urban centers, most of the land has been converted into buildings, okay? When you go to counties that are far away from the urban areas, most of that land has been subdivided into non-productive units, meaning that while previously we would have had land sizes of 10 acres, 5 acres, now we are talking about land size of half an acre, quarter of an acre, and that has greatly affected production.
The program dubbed Better Farms, Better Lives was launched in line with Bayer's overall aspiration to help build a world where there is health for all, hunger for none.
Our agriculture has challenges, serious challenges, and so we are working with partners to bring about transformation. And the first group of people we seek to transform are the smallholder farmers. So there are two pillars in the strategy that tie directly with the smallholder farmer, because they make 90% of our producers.
It's not only to deliver the seed to the farmer, but it's as well to provide to them the relevant support, advisory, etc., to better use the seed and to have at the end a better yield, better revenue, and to improve their life.
I wish to express my gratitude to Bayer for its commitment to support smallholder farmers through seed donations and crop protection inputs through the Better Farms, Better Lives initiative.
The initiative came packaged with professional agronomic support for better farming practices to ensure proper crop husbandry and maximum yields.
Having taken note that within this season the farmer was a bit constrained in terms of access to inputs, so with the Better Farm, Better Life project, we were able to supply seed to the farmer, and especially farmers within some of our marginalized areas.
In Africa, the distribution exercise was replicated across 7 countries, including Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Kenya. The program's main focus was to provide smallholder farmers with the assistance needed to address food security challenges they faced as a result of the coronavirus pandemic.
smallholder farmers who were targeted by this initiative were suddenly finding themselves having to either look for inputs themselves, and this is where the donation came in quite handy, but also smallholder farmers who had been previously accessing support from their relatives who would have been working in major towns and maybe who had now lost jobs, having to be dependents themselves. So in terms of livelihoods, this was a very timely initiative.
As with most other sectors, the agricultural sector suffered immensely from disruptions affecting the supply chain, resulting in high food prices at a time when most farmers were also facing reduced incomes and subsequent lack of market access. The Better Farms, Better Lives initiative also promotes innovation in agriculture, a crucial step in ensuring food security and nutrition as the world fights the ravaging effects on health that COVID-19 has dealt globally. About 560,000 smallholder farmers in the 7 African countries received Bayer's high-quality corn and vegetable hybrids. Farmers across the 7 countries received corn hybrids adapted to their diverse locations. Those in the dry regions got seed bred to withstand harsh climatic conditions while guaranteeing maximum production over the 2020-2021 crop season. To ensure success, Bayer enlisted the expertise of like-minded NGO partners such as the Alliance for a Green Revolution, AGRA for Kenya and Tanzania, African Fertilizer Business Partnership, AFAP for Malawi and Mozambique, Conservation Farming Unit, CFU in Zambia, World Vision in Zimbabwe, Agriculture Council of Tanzania, ACT, and Grain SA in South Africa.
In this initiative, we were largely responsible for mobilizing the farmers on the ground in partnership with the county governments, coordinating the training, the distribution of the seed, and follow-on to ensure that the beneficiaries ended up benefiting from the seed. So in a nutshell, we were coordinating the on-the-ground logistics of the exercise.
We were training the farmers on good agronomical practices, we were training them on crop care, and finally we were training them on market access and post-harvest handling.
In most locations, this also involved close collaboration with the government agriculture agencies.
No one expected a pandemic like COVID, because it did not only affect agriculture, but it basically changed the way we live.
These partnerships have been forged to allow for accelerated access to agronomic services, to scale up knowledge and to further expand the value chain for farming communities in these countries. The African Fertilizer and Agriculture Partnership, AFAP, partnership with Bayer supported the distribution of seed to about 50,000 smallholder corn farmers in Malawi. It also provided the requisite agronomic support, enabling farmers to make the most out of the seed. Amongst the beneficiaries were 900 refugee families.
About 4.2 million farming households will access affordable inputs, including fertilizer and certified maize seed. We thank Bayer for assuring us that they have already doubled their production capacity. Through these combined efforts, it is my sincere hope that our farmers will not only be food and nutrition secure, but also be able to increase income generation for their own families.
In Zambia, the Conservation Farming Unit, CFU, implemented the COVID relief maize seed distribution. The program targeted 55,677 smallholder farmers. CFU had an elaborate lead farmer structure that helped identify and distribute seeds to beneficiaries across all its regions. With favorable weather conditions in most parts, farmers realized bumper harvests.
It is a known fact that the Farmer Input Support Program does not cover all the small-scale farmers in the country. However, it is government's desire that all small-scale farmers are covered by this program. But due to limited resource envelope, only limited number of farmers do benefit, which are the 1 million targeted beneficiaries. It is for this reason that a donation by Bayer, like the one now we're witnessing this morning, will go a long way in supplementing government's efforts.
In Tanzania, the Better Farms, Better Lives program was launched in Arusha and in collaboration with AGRA and the Agricultural Council of Tanzania, ACT. Over 200 metric tons of Bayer's Bell Cup corn seed went out to about 100,000 beneficiaries, with an additional 15,000 vegetable smallholders receiving premium tomato and cabbage seed from the company's vegetable brand Semenis. The seed was distributed to farmers in 25 districts, including Meru, Songea, Iringa, and Kondoa.
Maarifa yanayowekwa kwa wakulima sasa, na ndio hayo tunatakiwa kuzingatia, kwamba tuwe na maarifa ya kujipanga kwa kusikiliza maofisa ugani, maofisa waliowekwa, maofisa mbalimbali, ili tupate maarifa. Hii ndio hatua ambayo tunaenda sasa, tukishirikiana na Bayer na wakulima wengine.
In Zimbabwe, farmer households in target districts received information on how to plant the seed, use of conservative ways of farming, commonly known as Fumvuza, which is moisture conservation through mulching, fertilizer application, and scouting.
Our partner, the World Vision, Zimbabwe, they are actually going to be transporting this seed throughout the whole country. Thank you very much.
Agronomic services enabled farmers maximize their yield.
By equipping these farmers with the insights and innovations to grow more using less, they can collectively help the world make big leaps in conserving resources, fighting climate change, providing food security, and improving lives.
In Mozambique and South Africa, the program targeted 60,000 and 10,000 corn farmers respectively. The Mozambique initiative also included 2,600 vegetable farmers, in which case officials and extension officers reported increased demand for the seeds in local market.
Imbeu yakauchikwa yatinoti certified seed. Kana takatarisa pambeu iyi stara inonzi 8033. Tichitarisa zvairi, inini pache zvangu sezvo ndagara ndichirima mbeu dzakawanda, ndiri kuiona sembeu inokwanisa kubatsira isu varimi zvakanyanya.
The climate in corn-growing regions that received hybrid seeds is largely tropical. The rolling green beauty of this maize plantation is evidence of a successful implementation of the high-quality hybrid seed and better farming practices as espoused in the Better Farms, Better Lives project. Rethinking farming, moving from traditional to modern crop science, is at the heart of the Better Farms, Better Lives initiative. Experts at Bayer Crop Science believe that the good quality hybrids issued to farmers under the program, coupled with proper agricultural extension services offered through existing partners as well as government infrastructure, is key to addressing current food security challenges.
The potential of the hybrid that we are giving them is up to 25 to 30 bags an acre. All right? So we knew that given the seed that we are going to provide to the farmers, we were going to give them technology to enable them to double the yields.
The variety has been doing quite well, and normally it has been producing 2 cobs, and the yields per acre has been ranging between 20 to 25 bags. That is a very high yield compared to other varieties which we have been having.
The program was implemented following rigorous and successive logistical planning and coordination across the different Bayer teams and between Bayer and its project implementing partners, in some instances drawing in the relevant government agencies in those regions. Bayer also distributed hybrid tomato and cabbage seed to farmers in regions favorable for vegetable farming. The seeds were bred with distinct qualities that address some of the biggest challenges experienced by vegetable farmers today.
Majirani wanapotembea katika mashamba wakati huu wanashangaa wakati ule mboga haikuwa inapandwa hivi, haikukuwa ina germinate ama inakuwa hivi. Wanashangaa, wanauliza hii mbegu ni type gani? Sasa kitu mimi hufanya huwa na advice, nawaambia hii mboga inaitwa Victoria na inapatikana kwa Agrovet, yes, lakini ni mbegu inatoka Bear.
With increased uptake of certified seeds, guaranteed market access and better livelihoods for farmers, the health for all and hunger for none goal is becoming a reality. The Better Farms, Better Lives initiative has succeeded in improving lives and livelihoods. Better yields, quality produce and thriving food markets are a testimony of successful partnerships with farming communities and an increasing uptake of science and innovation in crop production. The Better Farms, Better Lives initiative is one of the solutions we at Bayer are offering in helping free the world of hunger and in promoting healthy populations across nations.
We are extremely very grateful because of partnership in mitigating the hardship that we are during COVID-19 and availing certified seeds free of charge to our farmers.
And we're partnering together with Bayer to teach farmers good agronomic practices so that farmers will actually benefit from those particular seeds.
We really appreciate the contribution that Bayer does, both on the seed side as well as on the chemical side. And I think the key thing is to make sure that the farmer is supported with knowledge to understand how to use the chemicals safely and how to use the right seed for the right output.
Personally, I appreciate Bayer as an employee because helping people aligns very well with my innate personal values, because helping people is what I want to do as a person, but working for a company that wants to help people aligns very well with my values. So I'm grateful for this, and I really feel that we've made a big impact. And especially small-scale farmers, most of them are female, are women, and they have female-headed families. So I saw it as a woman empowerment, and we know that if you empower a woman, you empower the community. Indeed,
better farms do mean better lives for our smallholders across the world.
Mahindi yandike ndiyo inaleta mazao mazuri, ndiyo inaleta mazao mazuri.